Hello, hi everyone. Once again, welcome back to my channel, Unique Physics Teacher. In this video, we are going to understand about what is a frictional force and what are the types of frictional force, and also we solve some problems on frictional force. So first, we need to understand what is the meaning of frictional force. Frictional force is that a force generated by two surfaces that contact and slide against each other, or else we call it as it opposite to the relative motion to the object. For example, you see this diagram. In this diagram, they are given how the frictional force act in the opposite direction. We are applying force on other side and the frictional force acting in the opposite side. So this is the example related to frictional force. While walking also, that is a frictional force. Frictional force is given by what is the formula? F is equal to mu into N. Here mu is the coefficient of friction. And what is the formula? Instead of N, we can write mg. Here g is the acceleration due to gravity. So friction is broadly classified as two types. One is the dry friction, another one is the fluid friction. In dry friction, we can see static, kinetic, rolling, and sliding friction we can see. So first we need to understand what is a dry friction. It includes the two frictions, that is kinetic friction and static friction. When they are not moving, so that is the static. When they are moving, motion, that is called the kinetic friction. And also it will normal force exerted on it. And fluid friction is that obstruct the flow of fluid, that is called the fluid friction. So and also it provides the resistance between the two surfaces. So this is called the fluid friction. So what are the examples related to fluid friction? To avoid cracking sounds from the doors, we lubricate the door hinges, which leads to the smooth functioning of the door hinges. So this is the example for the fluid friction. And also we solve some problems related to frictional force. First read the problem carefully and take the data what they are given, mass given and mu they are given. Mass is 300 kg and mu is 0.05. Just we already know the formula, just write the formula. F is equal to mu mg and substitute the values and we are getting the answer 147 Newton. Here we need to take g value is 9.8 meter per second square, that is a standard value acceleration due to gravity. As we saw similarly another problem related to that. So here also we need to take the what is the data they are given, mu 0.4 and mass 40 kg and g value will take 9.8 meter per second square. Just write the formula. F is equal to mu mg and substitute the values and we are getting the answer, that is 156.8 Newton. Here Newton is the SI unit of the frictional force. Okay, now we need to understand about the what are the factors affecting frictional force. Here it will depend on the two factors mainly, what is that is the smoothness and the roughness of the surfaces. For the smooth surfaces, irregularities will be less. For the rough surface, irregularity will be more. For the smooth surface, friction will be less. For the rough surface, frictional force will be more. And also it will depend on another factor, that is weight of an object. So, and as what are the applications of friction? So we can easily write it on the board. That is also example, write on the books. And also application when mastic is are ignited because of the friction due to surfaces or both surfaces are in contact. How does friction produce heat? Because it is a surface will be contact with each other, then automatically the fire will come, and also due to rubbing process also it will convert kinetic energy into heat energy. So why friction is a non-conservative force? Why we call it as? Because the work done by the friction depends on the path. It will not depend on the path, that is conservative force. Here friction is called the non-conservative force. And how many types of frictional forces are there? We already discussed this one, and mainly that is dry friction. Another one is the fluid friction. So these are the two main types of the frictional forces are there. And so what is the meaning of rolling friction? It is the force that opposes the motion of a moving rolling solid, such as the rolling of a wheels, ball, and sliding also friction. This is the kinetic friction are created to rolling of an object. And its friction force is scalar or a vector quantity. So it is a vector quantity. Why? Because it has both magnitude and the direction. So that is the reason we call it as it is a vector quantity. What causes friction? Friction caused due to the irregularities of the two surfaces are in contact. So one object move over the other. So automatically when the object is start to move, that is called the limiting friction. When the object is moving, that is called the kinetic friction. Okay, what is static friction? Friction experience when individually try to move stationary object on a surface without actually triggering any relative motion between the body. So that is known as static friction. And fluid friction also we already discussed, that takes place due to the fluids and gases is known as a fluid friction. So this we call it as fluid friction. And now we solve one problem on this. So here also we need to take the data what they are given, mass they are given, and the frictional force they are given 50 Newton. So here we need to calculate the coefficient of friction, constant value we need to calculate. So first write down the formula, data, and substitute the values. First we need to calculate normal force, N is equal to mg 39 Newton, and write the formula F is equal to mu into mg. So here rearrange the equation, we will get the answer. So thank you for watching my video. In this video I discussed about the what is the frictional force. So what are the factors that will affecting on the frictional force, and also we solve few problems related to that, and also we solve about the few questions related to frictional force. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and share for more videos. Thank you.